Hello everyone, welcome to birdiemonkey.net. So in this tutorial I'm going to be looking and showing you the crop tool and the eyedropper and other tools under it. So first thing we're going to look at is the crop tool, and this is the one that you're going to be using the most to scale or to finish whatever project you're working on. So for example, if you need to cut out a section of your photo, you simply just click and drag an area, and let's say this other darker area is basically the area that you don't want anymore. So you select the area you want, then you hit enter or return on the keyboard, and now this is your final image. So when you go to file and save, you'll only see this area, this image, and the rest of the area is now completely gone. So you have to be careful when using this tool. So if you want to save the rest of the area, I wouldn't suggest using this tool. This tool should only be used when you know that you're going to crop an image, that you're going to only want a certain area, and you don't care of discarding or removing the other parts of the area. So keep that in mind. I'm going to undo this. You can undo, but just after a certain amount of undos, you probably won't be able to, so just keep that in mind. Or you can file and save as, and then do it on that one. Alright, so that was the crop tool, simple tool. Next is the eyedropper tool. So this guy right here is a little eyedropper. You click, and as soon as you click, you'll get this ball, or this little circular thing around you. And the circular thing around you shows you the color that is selected, which is the light blue. So if I go over here to the gray, now you'll see that the previous color selected was the light blue, and the new color above is now the gray, the dark gray, not the light gray. And likewise with the white, and you can keep going and going and going and going and going. So this is good to grab another color. Let's say that you want to reproduce the color. So this is some sort of like rustic green, and you want to repeat on this side. You just go to the brush tool now, and you can, whoops, not do that. So I'm going to Control Z, Command Z, and I'm going to switch the color here by hitting the swatch, or the switch of colors, and now I can reproduce this rustic green on this side, and likewise with any other color. But there's some more things into the eyedropper tool. So this 3D material eyedropper tool is for 3D objects. So if you go to 3D, and you can create a new 3D layer, you can create a new 3D extrusion from selected layer, and there's some more things as well. Let's see if I can find it. I believe you can type, I don't remember, but you can create 3D objects in Photoshop now. This started in Photoshop CS5, I believe, CS4 actually, and so you can probably create some more. Here, let's see, mesh from preset, 3D postcard, mesh a cone. Oh wait, create. And then you're about to create a 3D layer. Would you like to switch to 3D workspace? No. You can click yes, and it'll give you some more panels and stuff. And there you go. See, you created a cone, entirely made it in 3D, and you can pretty much do this area. And yes, this is a 3D object. So you're maybe asking, how do I use this? Well, it's just a 3D object. File save as, and we'll see if they have a .obj. Let's see. And I don't see any .obj, so maybe not exporting 3D. Yeah, huh. So maybe not exporting 3D, however, you can just save it as a regular file. So I'm gonna go to my history and undo that. I'm just gonna keep going back. There we go. Alright, so now that you saw that 3D thing, now go to the color sampler tool, and this, as you can see, opens up this little, here, let's see what it is. It's the info, and it shows you all of the info of the selected areas that you're setting. For example, the red, green, and blue, you can reproduce that area. And another thing you'll notice as I'm moving this guy along, the cursor, you get an X and a Y, and you'll see how that plays in right now. So I go to the ruler tool. So that was the color sampler tool, and basically you're just getting samples around the area to see how the colors blend, or how the colors have the contrast with a difference, and to see maybe if you wanted to reproduce number color 2 on number 1 and see how close they are. Alright, so now the ruler tool, and you'll see what this does. So let's say I want to measure the distance from here to this pine tree or this mountain on this side. And if you look at right here in this area, you got the width and the height. So the width is 37.357 and the height is 3.583. And now you go down and you get a bigger height of 23.958. And so now you can basically use this as a measuring tape, measuring ruler, and you can get basically various distances. So in case you wanted to do a project where you had to be precise, and it had to do with, I don't know, maybe building a city or building something that requires the right measurements, then you can use something like this. So moving along to the note tool, you click and now you get this note tab, and you can just leave a note here. This guy is blue, and now we can continue working on our other account. So now you can see our notes are there, and so you would have to click on this guy and you could probably see more notes. So if I create another note, let's say hello. Let's see, go back to notes. You're 2 of 2, so you can click through these, cycle through them. Like, what was this person thinking? Or, well, where did I leave off? Maybe you were working on a big project and you were doing it by section and you don't remember what you were doing next. You can use this to help you guide to finish your project, which is sometimes very, very handy. Alright, so now the count tool, which is the last tool here, and I'm assuming this one would just help you do something with like steps or something, because basically it just puts numbers down. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on and so forth. Now when I saw this tool, I was thinking maybe they meant to use this for creating those drawings where you can draw lines through them, kind of like those old photos, or what are they called? I don't remember. Basically, you draw a line and then you see what the image is using the pencil, and you're using the numbers to guide you. So that's what I was thinking, maybe that's what they're for. So when I go File, Save As, and I save it onto desktop, we'll find out if they actually show up. Another thing that they could be used for is like the notes, kind of like the step by step, like, hey, you guys work on number 3, you guys work on number 1, I do this, you do that. That's the way I would see it. So they didn't show up, so I'm assuming that that's not for that. So they're just a guide to help you with your project. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. These are some helpful tools, and it's going to make your workflow a lot faster, a lot easier, and less stressful, especially the color picker, tool. Yeah, another tool that's like the color picker. Basically, it's the same thing. You just click on here, and as soon as you do, it says color picker foreground. Bam, you just select the color you want. And I find this a lot faster than the color picker tool, though it's the same. So the only difference is that this is for the foreground, and we're using the color picker for the background one. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Subscribe, like, dislike, it's all good. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys on another one.